Time is nothing but a concept. Numbers created by man attempting to count laps around the sun. It's just another label put on something beyond our comprehension. This label makes us feel safe because the intangible is not defined. Even if we don't understand it, because it's labeled, we assume someone does. Knowing that there is someone at the controls safely flying the plane. The truth is that we don't know who is steering the ship. Drop the labels, erase the preconceptions, lose the fear. Embracing the unknown will only lead to greater understanding and appreciation for this giant green spaceship we all call home than any clock ever could. Welcome to the journey to the winds. Embracing the unknown.
2, 3.
I think Troutman and I had scoped out this rock a couple of days prior. This hands to thin hands, and then this super awkward hollow bulge, and then some easy ground to get to the top. Hot tank, which, for one, is a delicious beverage. And it saved our ass so many times throughout the whole trip of just being cold and miserable and annoyed with the weather, and not even really annoyed with the weather, but when you're really cold and wearing, 2 puffies and 3 pairs of pants for weeks on end, sitting and sipping ridiculously sweet, delicious hot tang is like the biggest morale boost on the planet. It's awesome.
Today, a young man on acid realized that all matter is merely energy condensed to a slow vibration, that we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There is no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we are the imagination of ourselves. Here's Tom with the weather.
When we first got there, it was like one day of sun, and then it rained, and then it snowed, and it snowed a lot, and it took a while, like a lot of mostly sunny days before the rock dried out so that we could even, go attempt to climb. First time we tried to climb Tower 1, we got totally shut down, like water running down all the cracks.
How's the weather, Shingo?
Weather's kind of raining.
Yeah. There's a little bit of snow over there. Cold! Lots of snow! cold. Holy shit.
Give you cash, steak waste,
Yeah. I mean, I would be even psyched if this melts off a little bit, but maybe not off like all the ledges and shit. I would go climb Fremont.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, I'd be psyched to
the
get on top
talus
of
gets
Fremont.
melted off a little bit and it's a little more manageable. You
Could
know?
look at stuff too, you know.
Yeah, totally. Well, whatever. We're here. Psych level is high.
What's up, Utah? We are the Gear Room, a used mountain equipment shop in Cottonwood Heights. Right across the street from Lone Star Taqueria and just west of Big Cottonwood Canyon, we ski, climb, fish, bike, and camp in the Wasatch. We know the equipment that will set you up for success in these mountains. Come in to support a local business that puts the community and the environment first by recycling gently used equipment and passing along decades of experience in the mountains that we all love.
After a week of bad weather, we finally got some sun and decided to walk into Titcomb Basin to cache some gear and take a look at our first objective, a new route on the west face of Tower 1 of Mount Helen. A few days later, we went for it. The weather looked kinda iffy in the morning, but we headed up the wall anyway. After 3 pitches, we realized the rock was still too wet for climbing. When Oli finished his pitch, all hell broke loose.
So, rock and roll! So what's the story?
It's snowing right now. That's the story.
Yeah,
We're bailing.
Tower 1, totally fucking sucked in. So, Shingo's going down there to build us another rappel.
So we went back to base camp to recharge ourselves and our electronics. And after a couple more days of sun, we hiked in to bivvy at the base of the wall. And it was on. We got an alpine start, the weather was splitter, and we fired up the first few pitches, which were much easier without all the wetness.
Oh, something good tonight, make me forget about you for now.
And before we knew it, we were really making progress.
Get high, hit the floor.
And did I mention, we couldn't ask for a more beautiful day.
Matador, Escocada, you're mine. blood sport.
And as we came to realize, it's almost impossible to climb a new route anywhere in North America without coming across an old Fred Becky fixed piece.
Something good. Oh, something good tonight. Make me forget about you tonight.
Starting to get pretty high up there. Yeah, this was the maw of a chimney that we came through. Wet as fuck. We're over $1,000 off the deck. Beautiful view. Let's go to the top.
Now that I'm fully clean.
The next route we climbed was a spire on the west face of Fremont called the Red Tower. We called our route Red Iguana, a tribute to the Salt Lake City's premier Mexican restaurant. After a traditional alpine start, we downed some coffee and Shingo and I headed up 3 more pitches of impeccable Wind River granite to a knife blade summit. Our last mission was to establish a new route on the massive west face of Fremont.
Get high, hit the floor before you go. Matador, estocada, you're my blood sport. 48,000 seats, bleeds and rolls.
After 1,000 feet of soloing and 1.5 pitches of the coldest climbing I've ever experienced, we tucked our tails and decided to bail.
What are you doing, Shingo?
Oh, changing into my goddamn throat shoes. It is so cold.
Climbing in the wind.
Holy shit.
Climbing in the winds, we are. Climbing in the winds, as you can see. There's a bit of snow on the rock. We're doing everything we can to stay warm, and by that, we're gonna go down. This cloud here just keeps, like if you see these, they're just fucking blowing up from the lake, encasing us in ice. Yep, I wish I had those on right now.
We were only on the wall for 3 hours and it was so cold. Our water had frozen. The next day in camp, we were actually psyched that it was warm enough to see our winged little friends. We packed up and headed home, excited to come back next year to finish what we started.
Oh, something good. Oh, something good tonight. Made me forget about